Hello guys, my name is Ryan Kelly, and today we're going to be talking about Gravity Falls Season 2, Episode 3 through 4. And we're going to be covering Episode 3 first, because Episode 3 has one big theory that I have that no one else has seen yet, and I kind of want to talk about it a little bit, and then after that I'll go to Episode 4, because that one has a lot of stuff, and then I'll talk about Episode 3 and 4 and how they're similar to each other. So without further ado, let's start with this video about episode 3 and 4 of Gravity Falls Season 2. Gravity Falls Season 2 Episode 3 has one scene in particular that is out of place for that episode, and that's the scene with Robbie. Now, Robbie is spray painting Wiener into the side of the castle wall. Now, you might be thinking, oh, this is just a funny gag meant by the creator, to have some comic relief or anything. But no, this is not meant for that, I think anyway. I think it's more than that, because it's so out of character for Robbie to do something like this. Now, you might be disagreeing with me at this point, but I'm talking about Season 2 Robbie. Not Season 1 Robbie, but Season 2 Robbie. Season 2 Robbie, in Episode 2, was texting Wendy to desperately take him back with a weird winky face. Now, he's still depressed, and he didn't go to the Spookio party in Episode 1 of Season 2, but all of a sudden, he'll just go out and graffiti Wiener into the side of a castle wall at a mini golf place without any of his friends. Now, this is just so weird. Now, there is a theory about how Robbie has clones, like there's 2 Robbie clones from the Boy Crazy episode, and I could see this really working here in particular. Does this mean that the 2 Robbies will try to kidnap Whitney in the future? Probably. And that's probably the theory I'm going with here, but for now, it's still very much of a mystery to why Robbie is so out of character in just this one episode compared to Episode 2 and 1 of Season 2. I like how the creator of Gravity Falls put a little extra detail on the computer and hinted it towards Old Man McGucket by putting a band-aid on it. I really like that touch. Just thought I should mention that. There's more proof to how Grunkle Stan and Old Man McGucket are truly friends, and it is in the end of Episode 4. Now, why am I talking about a theory that happens at the end of Episode 4 first? Mainly because in my previous video, everyone liked the Old Man McGucket theory, so why not have an update to it? So this is sort of like something really interesting that happened that I really took note of, and I'm not sure if many other people have. But it's at the very end of the credits how Old Man McGucket and Grunkle Stan in puppet forms are sitting together in the opera watching Mabel and Dipper perform. Now this might just be, oh, that's a funny skit at the end, but I think it's more. I think they're trying to nudge us towards the direction that Grunkle Stan and Old Man McGucket are friends. Now, on Old Man McGucket's computer, or so we think it's his computer, it shows the portal, or a simple drawing of the portal, and Grunkle Stan has access to it. Now, we still don't know how he has access to it and why, but it is very interesting that the computer has that, and it's Old Man McGucket, and Grunkle Stan has the portal. I don't know, it's just a little bit more to the theory, but that's all I can bring to you as of now, and we'll keep watching to find out more about Old Man McGucket and Grunkle Stan's relationship to the books and just their friendship in general. When I was watching this episode for the first time, there was one thing that caught my attention. During the actual sock opera, there was 2 people in the background hiding that I thought were kind of familiar, so I paused my TV to look at it, and it was the 2 agents from Episode 1 of Gravity Falls. Now, I'm thinking, yes, they definitely have a bigger role, and they actually are spying. Now, I'm thinking this is like the time traveler guy, how he was hidden in some of the episodes, but instead, they reveal the government agents first, and they're hiding them in future episodes. So I wonder if there's some government agents in Episode 3 that we just didn't notice. But for now, this is just a little interesting thing that I found, and I know probably a lot of other people have found it by now, because I know there are a lot of people who analyze this just as much as I do. So I'm not going to say that I found it first, because I have no idea if anyone has found it first or not. So yeah, that's just a little bit of something interesting about the government agents and how they're going to be a lot bigger of a role in Gravity Falls' big plot in Season 2. Alright guys, now it's the big theory time, the huge Episode 4 theory that you guys have been waiting for. Alright, so Bill Cipher is in this episode, which I was so happy to see him return because I love Bill Cipher. But anyway, this theory is something really big, and I don't think people have covered it yet. And it's just this one little line right here that grabs my attention.
Man, it has been so long since I've inhabited a body.
Okay, so it's obvious that Bill Cipher has possessed a body beforehand. But whose body did he possess, and why did he possess that body? I think that he possessed Grunkle Stan's body. Now, why did he possess Grunkle Stan's body in particular, and not Old Man McGucket's body? I think the reason is because Old Man McGucket had already gone crazy and is useless at that point. And Grunkle Stan has the portal and he was watching it, and Bill Cipher tries to trick him with a mind game and tries to take Grunkle Stan's body so that he can use the portal so that he could cause that bomb that the author was getting ready for. Okay, so most of you guys are probably thinking, Ryan, how did you come up with this theory? It's so out there. It's crazy. There's no way it could happen. Well, I have an answer for you guys. Okay, so in Season 1, Episode 19, Gideon summons Bill Cipher to make a deal with him. And when Gideon mentions Grunkle Stan and asks him, do you know who Grunkle Stan is? Bill Cipher shows a picture of Grunkle Stan. And that picture shows Grunkle Stan trying to grab something. Now you can see that there's a flashing computer on the background, which is the computer for the portal, or it's the portal itself. Now, why is Bill Cipher in there and how did he get in there? I can't answer you that. But Bill Cipher is trying to take Grunkle Stan's body, or it so appears to look like that, so that he can control the portal. And it flashes a symbol. Now, we're just assuming that this is Grunkle Stan's tattoo, and we don't know what this means yet. But I think that Bill Cipher was trying to take Grunkle Stan's body to control the portal so that he can cause that atomic explosion that the author had prepared for in the bunker. Huge theory. If you guys agree with me or disagree, let me know in the comments if you have any more speculations. But I'm going to leave this theory to how it is for now, and I will be updating it throughout Season 2's analysis. So with that, let's keep going. Okay, so there's only one thing left to talk about for this video, and that is the codes at the end of the credits. And the first one I'll talk about is Episode 3, and it's the one with the windmill. It translates to say, "Old man sleeping on the green, can't help but wonder what he's seen." Alright, so of course this is leaning even more towards that Old Man McGucket has in fact written the books. So that's pretty much all that this one has in it, because in Episode 3, Old Man McGucket was sleeping on the greens when Mabel was playing golf. That's pretty much all this theory has to say, and like this does lean towards the theory I mentioned in the last episode. So let's see what the other one says. So the message from Episode 4 is divided into 4 quotes from Bill Cipher. They all say, "No puppet strings can hold me down. So patiently I watch this town. Abnormally soon will be the norm. Enjoy the calm before the storm." Alright, so obviously this is talking about how Bill Cipher is going to take over Gravity Falls and possibly the world and completely change it. And it's going to be filled with darkness and evil, and this is pretty much leaning towards the main theory today. It is a little bit how he wants the portal to destroy. Now, I'm assuming the storm is the atomic bomb going off whenever he activates the portal in the wrong way. "No puppet strings can hold me down" is when he was inside the puppet, and then Dipper and Mabel blow up the puppets. "I patiently watch this town" is obviously whenever it says Bill Cipher is watching. "Abnormal soon will be the norm," which is all the abnormal things in Gravity Falls will be normal throughout the entire world. That's pretty much what all these translate to be, or at least what I think they translate to be. That's pretty much all we can say about that for now. And finally, to wrap all of this up, how Episode 3 and 4 are similar to each other is mainly because they both have a silly atmosphere, but they hold so much more than just, silliness. There's actual character development, as well as some huge theories behind them. Alright, so now that we've said everything that I can say about Episode 3 and 4, I would like to thank you guys for stopping by, and to make sure you watch the previous one if you haven't watched it yet, and to make sure you watch Episode 5 and 6 when that comes out. So thank you guys for watching. My name is Ryan Kelly, and goodbye.